rumblings about who's looking good between all those running back candidates. Anything there, Steve?
Yeah, I think Ryan Day was optimistic and happy with what he saw in the scrimmage they had last Saturday or last Friday, I guess, and is looking forward once again to getting those guys going on Saturday for another scrimmage. And, you know, again, we didn't get names, but I think you're assuming that's Master Tig, Mayan Williams, maybe Travion Henderson, perhaps Marcus Crowley, you know, hard to say, but I think that there's got to be some excitement there at running back. If he's happy about what he saw and they were able to gain some yardage running the football, running in behind that offensive line, that's got to be a good thing, because that's where the success of this program kind of begins. It's an offensive line-driven program, and if those guys are getting off the ball and blocking and making it hard for opponents to get hands on the running back or to get to the quarterback, they're going to put up a lot of points. So to me, I think that was a good sign. I don't have a name to give you, unfortunately. I wish I did. But from what Ryan Day said, he was happy with how hard the running backs ran in the scrimmage that they had last Friday. And to me, that can only be a good thing.
And if you're not taking guys down to the ground all the time in practice, I mean, you got to figure it hurts somebody like Mayan Williams, who, you know, one of the biggest parts of his game is that you can't get that guy down to the ground or whatever. So, you know, I think it's difficult to be able to really get a full read in terms of a guy that gets a lot of yards after contact and whatnot and sheds a lot of tackles. So, again, you know, not to go back to my standard boilerplate answer about the quarterback competition, you know, I don't know if we're going to know a lot there. I think, though, with having an incumbent returning the way that Master Teague is, I would still expect, because I saw a question come through earlier about game one running back starter. You know, I still don't have any reason to doubt that it's going to be Master Teague. I certainly think he's going to be pressed all year long. I think we could see, you know, over a 12-game regular season, I think we could probably see games where other guys might get that, you know, that first snap. It certainly could happen. But, you know, I think just using prevailing knowledge and just, you know, a little bit here and a little bit there, somebody's not only going to have to be equal to Master Teague to surpass him, but they're going to have to be able to, I think they're going to have to be even a little bit better. And when you're dealing with a lot of guys who, you know, with the two freshmen that everybody's ready to put into the starting lineup, or some of the younger guys, you need to sit there and see that they're going to be able to hold on to the rock, because there's no way to move yourself down the line quickly than a couple of fumbles.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be Master Teague. He takes the first snap. But everybody, and I've said this before, everybody in that running back room saw Teague lose the job last year, saw that somebody take the job from him last year. And so they know it's possible, so they would have that same mentality. But I think the room is incredibly deep. I've maybe on the show here, I've compared it to like the 91 team, or the 90 or 91 team, when they had like Raymont and Robert Smith and Jeff Cothran and Eddie George. You can go back to like the 2010 team with Boom Herron and Brandon Sane and Carlos Hyde and Jamal Berry and Rod Smith, like all of these different guys who could play. But I think they've got, you know, I think four of the guys could start, good enough to start right now. And then you've got, you know, Evan Pryor, who can do some things for you, and Steele Chambers, who could do some things for you. But I think those other guys, and Marcus Crowley has had some big runs in practice and scrimmages, and so there's a number of guys, but I still think it's going to be Master Teague to start, and then it's going to be up to everybody else to. It's going to be such a fight for carries. And Tony Alford said he's never played six guys before, so there's going to be some uncomfortable conversations. And yeah, I think they normally only want like 5 actually in terms of scholarship running backs, if I recall. And so they're over that limit right now, and it's going to make things difficult.
Yeah, I think the running back situation for that 1990 team that lost to Michigan on a 4th down call, where Greg Fry was asked to run the option and kept it with yes, there were at least 3 NFL running backs on that team. There was Scotty Graham, there was Robert Smith. I know Butler Binote wasn't an NFL running back, but somebody else was. Anyway, you ran down a ton of guys between 90 and 92. And I just remember running down the list at the time thinking, my goodness. And then if you look at Robert Smith's numbers, shoot, if he would have stuck around the NFL, he'd be vying for a Hall of Fame spot. He was that good his final 3 or 4 seasons.